For the moment, let's leave that here because we also have the trade that is still reverberating through the entire sports world, and it comes from the NBA. We are abuzz. It was Luka for AD over the weekend. This is Luka arriving in Los Angeles. Yesterday, we had Charles Barkley here. I asked him about Luka's fit alongside LeBron James. This is what Charles said.
I don't think Luka and LeBron can play together. That's my personal opinion. Because neither one of them can play without the ball. That's going to be very fascinating. So we're looking at them down the line. I think they brought LeBron in to be a mentor for Luka. Like Mike just said it, LeBron's body is incredible. He's one of the greatest players ever. But from condition, I think they're hoping that rubs off on Luka. But I don't think they're going to have great success together.
Okay, fascinating. Monica is here. Wendy is there. We'll have Perk a little bit later. You just heard, well, there's so much of that to react to. He just said LeBron and Luka don't play together. You agree?
I understand, but I do not agree. I think when you look at this current iteration of LeBron James, you got to acknowledge that he's 40 and he's in the latter part of his career. His usage has been plus 30 over most of his career except for the last 2 seasons. So I think prime LeBron, I would agree with Charles Barkley, but I think at this point in his career, the issue is not so much about these two incredible basketball minds, and the issue to me is more about what is around them in terms of the sustainability and the opportunity of success for this team. But I do think that these guys can figure it out. You really mean to tell me that LeBron James wouldn't want to play with a guy whose gravitational pull on the floor draws multiple defenders so that he could just either catch and shoot, operate off of cuts, like a guy that has the same sort of basketball IQ as him in terms of finding open teammates? I think that this can work in terms of the two of them. It's the pieces around.
Winman, you are my LeBron whisperer. So one of the other things that Charles said, and I didn't seize on it as much when he said it yesterday as I did just listening back to it now. LeBron is there to mentor Luka Doncic. Well, I just watched the Aaron Rodgers documentary not long ago, Enigma. And it took us back to that time when Brett Favre said, my job isn't to get Aaron Rodgers ready to play. So I'm not comparing LeBron James to Brett Favre, but he's a 40-year-old superstar who might have one last crack at this thing. Does he want to spend the last year or two of his career mentoring a young player whose greatness ideally then comes after he's done?
First off, I don't think Luka Doncic is very much into mentors. I think a lot of people have tried to mentor him, and I think he's done his own thing. The second thing is, how do you mentor a 25-year-old superstar who's a 5-time first-team All-NBA player? That's not a guy you mentor. I think, LeBron will set an example, but I don't think that's what the role is going to be here. I think LeBron just wants to get the most out of what he's got left, and I think, this is going to ceiling raise for the Lakers. I think, I don't want to speculate on how LeBron exactly feels. He's going to speak in the next day or two. We'll see. But what I would expect to hear from him is that he is sad to see Anthony Davis go, but is excited about this. I mean, you add a player who's an MVP candidate, this raises the Lakers' ceiling. Now, I don't know about this season. Their roster is a little out of balance. They're actually not in bad shape at all. They're tied in the loss column for the 4th seed, Greeny. Like that, they've won 8 of their last 10. They're in a good position. I don't know if they can get something done by Thursday to help them this year. I think the Lakers could be in a really good position come next fall, and I would expect LeBron to be excited about that too. So, I'm not worried about, what can the Lakers get out of LeBron? What can the Lakers make for this season? I'm excited about where the Lakers are going to go for the next 5 to 7 years with Luka as their centerpiece, and we'll see how LeBron fits in. This is all about Luka. This isn't really about LeBron anymore. So I think I'm open-ended to this. I don't think we should make assumptions about how it's going to go, but I also think that LeBron and Luka will be open to this.
Well, so again, I feel like what you're saying is making my point for me, which is everything that everything is about Luka, which I get. If I'm the Lakers, their future is Luka Doncic and JJ Redick. That's going to be the cornerstones of their franchise, the cornerstones of their franchise going forward, and that makes all the sense in the world to me. If I'm LeBron, I'm thinking, where do I fit into that? Because I don't have 5 to 7 years left.
Well, let me say something that should be pointed out.
Go.
LeBron and Luka are not set contractually. Luka has 1 year left on his contract, and we all assumed that Luka was going to re-sign in Dallas. It's never once been brought up in my life about Luka's contract. But now he's traded to the Lakers. He has 1 year left, and they don't get the Supermax privilege. They can't give him that $350 million. They can offer him $100 million less. So I would say to you, it's not a guarantee for sure that Luka's going to rip off a 5-year deal in July. He may want to see how things play out. He may take a shorter deal because he no longer has the financial incentive to do it. So the Lakers have to do some work over the next few months to convince him he wants to get locked in. Additionally, LeBron has an option in his contract for next season. Now, I have no belief that LeBron wants anything more than just to be a Laker, but LeBron's contract status is not settled. So let's see how everything goes. I know that everybody wants to know exactly how it's going to go in this next 5 seconds, but we have to just watch and see how it all plays out. But I think Luka and LeBron will be excited about the prospect, and I also am going to tell you they are not a complete team. So let's see. Let's see.
That is so well put. Very quick final word.
Wendy?
Quick final word.
I mean, if for some reason Luka were not to do a deal that kept him in Los Angeles, oh my God, that's I can't even fathom.
Right, that's the point. So if one of them is going to, if you're the Lakers, you need to make Luka want to stay.
100%.
And that needs to be your future concern. And once again, if I'm LeBron James, I'm not used to other people worrying about anyone more than they worry about me. Let's see where we go. Meanwhile, the world of basketball is still abuzz in the wake of the stunning, landscape-changing Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis trade over the weekend. This is Luka arriving in LA. The Lakers are scheduled to play tonight. Yesterday, I asked Charles Barkley about how Luka and LeBron fit together. He did not sound excited.
I don't think Luka and LeBron can play together. That's my personal opinion. Because neither one of them can play without the ball. That's going to be very fascinating. So we're looking at them down the line. I think they brought LeBron in to be a mentor for Luka. Like Mike just said it, LeBron's body is incredible. He's one of the greatest players ever, but from condition, I think they're hoping that rubs off on Luka. But I don't think they're going to have great success together.
Lakers play the Clippers tonight, so we will see, one would assume, Wendy, that it's been sort of quiet out there, right? I mean, we haven't heard from LeBron James yet. You are my LeBron whisperer. I think the sense I'm getting from you and others is that reading the tea leaves suggests he's good with this, but I think that's the first most important piece that has to fall into place is getting an official response from LeBron James on this. What do you know?
Yeah, my feel is that he is. LeBron is a teammate of Luka Doncic's at Nike, and you can downplay that however you want, but LeBron has a connection there. He has an affinity there. And not only that, forget about that. They brought in a potential. Luka is not going to win the MVP this year, but he could win it next year. Why would LeBron not be excited about that? The Lakers' ceiling has been raised. And I hear what Charles is saying, and he's correct that, looking at their games, in a certain way, it's not a perfect fit. But let's just see. I've watched LeBron win titles with 3 different types of teams, with 3 different types of co-stars. He can figure out ways to help. Luka did not work with Kristaps Porzingis. Initially had some rough couple of months with Kyrie Irving, but then they worked it out and got to the finals. Why would we put a ceiling on this? I am excited about what this can be. Now, the Lakers roster is not maximized for either Luka or LeBron right now. They have to do some work. I don't blame them for that. A week ago, they didn't think they were getting Luka Doncic. So let's see what they do between now and Thursday, and let's see what they do in June and July. And I think the biggest excitement for the Lakers will be what they are as a team coming into next season.
So, Monica, LeBron James is a basketball genius, right? So that part of it, if anyone can figure something out, one would assume he can.
Yeah.
You are a basketball expert. I am not. I've watched LeBron James' entire career. I've never seen him play without the ball. Right? I mean, LeBron James has the ball in his hands and is orchestrating everything that happens on the floor all the time. I've watched Luka Doncic his entire career. I've never seen him without the ball in his hands. So I'm not the analyst that you are. I'm not the expert that you are. But I know unless they're going to change the rule and say, well, you guys can play with 2 balls if you want to, this does not feel like a fit to me. That is how I interpreted what Charles was saying.
But I agree. And I think if you just look at it in terms of what we've known and what we've seen for years, yeah. But just like you said, Greeny, LeBron James, and I would add Luka Doncic to that same ilk, You're talking about basketball geniuses. And when you look at the numbers in terms of his usage, LeBron James has never had a usage rate that was below 30 until the last 2 seasons. That includes this season. He is in a new era of his career. I have a hard time believing that he would not welcome the opportunity to play off ball a little bit, to have another guy on the floor that draws 2 defenders, that shifts the gravity, similar to the way that Anthony Davis was able to do, but obviously from a different position, because this guy is giving you at least 7 assists, and that's on an off day when you're talking about Luka Doncic. And so to me, I think that there is room for the two of them to figure out how to make this work. And I also think that JJ Redick is the guy that's probably up to the challenge.
Look, I love JJ. I think he has done a really good job there. I think he's going to be a great coach. Everyone involved individually is terrific. Wendy, you pointed out they got 2 days to figure out something at center. One would assume their dealing is not done. Thursday is the deadline. What should we be expecting the Lakers to do? Because, you know, this is a team that is in playoff position right now and has postseason aspirations.
Yeah, so what we're seeing in the league right now is we're seeing a lot of trades that are going to 3- and 4-team trades. I would actually expect in this new world, the new normal is going to be we are going to see more multi-team trades than we do 2-team trades. And so what you have to do as an organization is you have to figure out who you're attaching yourself to. So like you may see a trade that happens today or tomorrow, and then the Lakers can get in on it, and when it's finalized on Thursday, they all of a sudden acquire a center out of it. So it's hard. It's not like it used to be where the Lakers just call a team and ask for a player. They sometimes have to wait to see what opens up. But one thing I will say, Luka thrived this last 2 years in Dallas when he had these basket-protecting, rim-rolling centers, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. It was awesome for him to have that option. The Lakers don't really have, Jackson Hayes can do that a little bit. That's not who they've got right now. Also, you want, when you have weak perimeter defense, and right now the Lakers do, you need a guy who defends the front of the rim. That's what kept them afloat the last couple of years was Anthony Davis's defense. They don't have that now. So I'm not sure they can acquire that center by Thursday, but they have pieces on their roster that can get him. They have this first-round pick. They have pick swaps they can trade. They have Austin Reeves. They have Rui Hachimura. Let's see. I understand there's this desire to have everything with the Lakers crystallized. The whole world just changed. Let's let them work, including LeBron and Luka together.
So the Lakers are right now, as we speak, 3.5 games ahead of the Mavericks in the standings. But if I were to ask you, Monica, and just in the moment that we have left here, because the Mavericks will start, they play tonight as well. They play the Sixers, Lakers play the Clippers. Which of these two teams will have the better rest of the season and postseason run this year, regardless of what? It's the Mavs.
You don't even have to finish the sentence.
With certainty.
What I did, unless, to Wendy's point, by Thursday, the Lakers are able to acquire a big that fills that gap, and they need, to me, at least one other perimeter defender, 3-and-D guy, another Dorian Finney-Smith type, right? If they could do that by Thursday, then I have to sit back and really look at it. But right now, when I look at rosters as currently constructed, it's the Mavs.
All right, again, both teams play tonight. We should hear from pretty much everybody involved in this thing by the time we go to bed tonight. Wendy, stay close by.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.